So that was coming straight out of right before then. You were doing P40s.
P40s, right.
And so, how did you, as a pilot, I mean, how did you adjust to the change in center of gravity, having the engine behind you?
No problem. You taxi it for a while, you get used to getting in out of it and the feel of it, and you take off and you fly maybe for 5 minutes, come back and land. The landing then told you a lot about the landing, the gear, what the aircraft felt like, airborne.
Because I read at the time that there were a lot of accidents, that the pilots were having difficulty getting used to that change in center of gravity, a lot of tail spins. And
some of them had trouble getting out of the airplane because of the doors opening on the sides. That was one of the problems that people were concerned with, was when you got out, bang. Like in a Spitfire, the Spitfire had a door that split, and when you get ready to land, you'd pop the side door, and it, boom, boom, the top part would open up, and the bottom was kind of drop. So getting you ready to land, if you had to get out, you could get out.
Yeah.
So that was designed into the Spitfire, but not into American airplanes.
Okay, especially the P-39 aircraft.
No, and nothing, right? Nothing in our 51 either.
Yeah. Did you ever get into some heavy spins where you thought you weren't going to make it and were able to recover at the very last moment?
Not spins. I did. They come back in.
States of unmaneuverability.
I did, and then I did it in a what the hell was it? F-80.
Okay.
A jet
Shooting Star.
Jet over at National Guard time. We got assigned. I was flying this, and I said I'm going to go up and check the weather. Give me tip tanks, but empty. So they gave me tip tanks, and they filled them. And it was pouring down rain, and I took off to go check the range. When I got back, I said, we're on standing down, the range is closed. And I came in, I said, I'm making a tactical approach underneath the clouds. He said, okay. Made my practical approach, was lined up coming around, and I kept adding power and adding power and adding power and adding. I wondered, why in the hell am I losing my altitude? So I straightened up and level, and I landed about a quarter of a mile short of the runway. In the 80, the thing hit, the tires went, the wheels went into the mud. I had full throttle on. I hit the top of the runway and took back off again. And by the time I did that, the fire door was opened up in the hangars, and out they came. They thought I was going to go in.
Did you lose your gear?
No. Taking off, came back and landed. Talk about a crew chief getting his ass chewed out. It was not marked on there that he put fuel in it. So I had all that weight hanging out on my wingtips. That's one reason why I couldn't land comfortably. So those are my two bad times in flying. Yeah. One the canal zone and one the air. But that's a long time ago. God almighty, I didn't even thought about that.
So yeah, that's something we can transition to, is your experience in the P-80. What is it like going from prop to jet?
It was a lot easier, really. The jet was a lot easier to fly than a reciprocating aircraft. The biggest thing you had was fuel consumption and rate of closure on flying. You used a lot of fuel up, and you had a lot of speed, and you got to places a lot quicker than you thought you were going to get to, especially when you're flying formation or jumping somebody. You got there bam quick, as against being able to sit back and relax a little bit, knowing that you're coming up into the air zone. And we used to fire we'd fire these things in oh gosh, where were we? Las Vegas, Nevada. Pinball machines. We were flying P-63s. That was a P-39 built larger, and we'd fly into combat of B-17s and 24s that were flying plastic bullet heads. And we'd make purple swoop passes in, and they'd shoot us. And every time the bullet head would hit the instrument, our aircraft, a light would go on in our nose, because that's where the gun was. And then take the gun out and just put a nose bulb in there. And that taught them how to fire until they hit you. The guy gets a good shot at and hit your empennage system, which is plastic. You take it all off, and then you bail out. So that didn't last very long there at Nellis Air Force Base. Was where it was. That was that was a long time ago. I keep forgetting I'm going to be 97 in 3 months. Oh, good God. My daughter says, Dad, you're only 3 years from 100. Isn't that wonderful? I said, what? No, thank you.
Is there perhaps an aircraft during World War II that you would like to have flown, but you just didn't have the chance, whether it's American or other?
No, I flew a lot of stuff. I flew B-17s, I flew 24s, I flew 25s, I flew AT-6s, I flew C-47s. I flew a lot of stuff that I was entitled to because of my rank, of what I was doing. You get to be COs when stuff come in that are new, you can try them first before you decide whether you want to keep them or not. So, yeah, I had a chance to fly. No, I was very fortunate in being able to remember what I had flown and enjoyed flying. The one that got me the most was the P-47. For vacation time in Italy, they would allow us to go down, and R&R as it was called. And our R&R was ferrying B-47s from wherever we found them in China, or not China, Spain or North Africa, into the combat zone. And they were constantly catching fire for some problem or another. And nobody liked to fly in the 47s, except the guys that flew them in combat. And it was a nice airplane. They could fly on with 3 jugs gone and still be flying. So they enjoyed it, but I didn't like it at all. That was one I did. I'm glad I did not get assigned to that squadron. But no, that's as you work, and as I worked my way up in from that and got into the Guard, I had a squadron in Milwaukee and a squadron in Madison, Wisconsin, as CO of 2 squadrons, and it started out as a captain of one of them, then went to major and then lieutenant colonel when I got out. So it was fun.
Would you rather hear 109 or 190?
But I'd rather
hear that on the radio in an engagement.
I'd rather hear the 190.
Versus you were more.
It was easier to. Yeah, it was a big cumbersome thing.
Yeah.
By comparison.
Yeah.
To the 51. I mean to the
109.
109.
Yeah.
But it was a stable airplane. It was like our 47.
Yeah.
And the 109. And the 190.
So you were more frightened of the 109.
I was not frightened of either one of them.
Well, if it was, I mean.
No, that was one of the things that I didn't. Basically, if we got into 51, I mean into a 109s and or F8 190s, I would much prefer to be against 190s.
Yeah.
Because they were easier to get. Mainly because they were not as maneuverable as we were. 51 was a damn good airplane. Very, very stable, very productive, very comfortable. I never had any problem with 51. Loved it. Loved it. And probably got 3,000 to 4,000 hours in an airplane for the period of my life of flying that, which is nice, easy to remember. I got a guy sent me he sent me one a couple the other day, a shot of a 51, and he said, check the cockpit, and he sent me the whole inside cockpit blown up. I'm sitting there going, I remember that. I remember. Ooh, what was that? I was trying to remember what was like sitting there. It was amazing.
This is a wild shot question.
Go ahead. I got a wild shot answer probably.
I mean, if you had to, and do you think you could start one up? If you saw one on the runway, we drove you over there.
51?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
You could still.
Absolutely.
You could still.
That's the reason I wear my watch on the inside of my hand.
I mean, you would still remember the startup sequence, which.
Yes.
Switches to throw, what valves to change.
What prop pitch to set at, where to set. Yeah, absolutely. What water glass to drop off the table.
Well, that's why we don't worry about these water glasses and these wonderful cups here.
see the wonderful cup?
That, yeah.